Your comments were kind of fucked up. I feel this way about it, and I just want to let you know. No, what people do is they talk shit to their other fucking dickhead friends, dick sucking, cock smoking ass friends, and then it becomes like an issue, and that's when it becomes a problem with me. And you don't want problems with me, because trust me, bro, as a Plutonian fucking Gemini moon, I'm gonna fucking sting your ass with multiple stingers, because that's what Gemini is, multiple energies. And that's what Scorpio is, very dark, revenge driven. Holla at your boy.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast in the car. Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna have these episodes in the car because my folks are asleep, and due to my work schedule, I work all night. So it's not even like, for me right now, I'd be barely getting close to like my second break, halfway to my second break. And I feel kind of tired, in the day and shit. I'm like, on my days off, maybe I'll take a nap for an hour, but I don't like doing that because it throws my sleep schedule off. So I just try to keep my schedule the same, go to sleep. I go to sleep around almost 4 a.m. on my work schedule, but when I'm off, it's usually around 2:30. So just to give y'all like a quick life update, the fucking neighbors are still weird as fuck over here. They put like their sofas out in the front yard, and of course it's like right next to our grass. So, these people are like all scurry and shit. And they fucking, that was funny. This chick went to go put her fucking trash away, and she seen me, and she fucking like bucked it like, if I was like the swamp monster. But yeah, they have all their bullshit right next to our grass, and these fools came and were stepping all over our grass, looking at the sofa and shit. I'm like, can't you dicks ever go on like the property, like someone else's property? I don't understand what it is with people. And like a lot of what the problem I have with people is like, we were raised differently, and I have to like fully understand that, because if not, I'm just gonna end up like exploding on somebody. I've only exploded one time in my life, and that got me kicked out, and like whatever they said didn't even happen the way it did. So people will spin things around that you do. The things you say, the things you do, the things you imply. People will spin that around and try to manipulate that against you. And it's funny because like in my cards, like the whole like going to here we go with the zodiac shit, right? That's something that I have to be aware of with me. Like I'm like, not to let anyone have power over me, especially like emotionally manipulative women, and just people who try to manipulate me emotionally in general. Is just like, I have to watch out for that, because it's very hard. I'm a very emotionally driven person at times. I try to balance that out with the logic and shit like that, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Like, for instance, today I probably spent $1,000, close to 1,000, right? No, we're not gonna go that far. I probably spent like 500. In reality, I probably spent like just a lot of money, because like I went and bought new clothes. So like, it's a new jacket. This is not a new hat. I got it bent, but it barely looks even bent. It's still oversized as fuck. But whatever, fuck it. Like, I think I'm gonna donate a whole bunch of shit to Goodwill. Like, I have a whole bunch of clothes I don't need. I'm not gonna fucking bother with eBay, offer up any of that shit. Like, I think I would only do that if it was like something like Jordans or something that, like, if it was mint or close to mint condition and I could sell it and it'd be good. But for the hassle, if I'm only gonna get like $10, like, fuck $10, bro. I get $10, in a third of an hour or some shit like that, working, or less than that. So I'm not even pressed for money. Like, I'm really good on money, and I think I tell my cousin all the time, bro, I got clothes for you, and it's just like he doesn't even roll through to get them. I think I'm gonna just have to go to my tia's house and just go out of my way to be like, these are for you. Go to Tijuana, like, cause like my tias and shit, they go to Tijuana and they sell clothes. So if I can help my family out, that's better. I'd rather help my family out than like me because I don't need money. I really don't need money. So I'd rather just help my family out. Some people aren't like that. Some people are fucking jackasses, and I'm not a fucking jackass or a jackass number 2, which was a really good jackass. When those movies came out, they were like revolutionary for me. The number 2, the second one is always gonna be a classic. The first one is like a legendary because it was like the first one, but the second one is like where they took shit to a whole another level. I think that's the one where they had the hand slap. They'd like have fools. They'd have like a big hydraulic like hand smack the shit out of fools as they were going like through some hallway. That's the one where this fool, I think it's Johnny Knoxville and Wee Man. I don't think Steve-O might have been in that one, but they're in the ball pit with that. I think they're either like pythons or boas, or they're big fucking snakes, dude. And they start to go around Johnny's arm, and he gets fucking bit in his arm, and he puts electrical tape around his wrist so he doesn't bleed out and die. And I'm thinking, bro, a fucking one of those snakes will slice through that tape like butter, bro. Like, that's, you gotta understand, these fucking snakes eat like whole water fucking buffaloes. So, I don't want to like harp on like Jackass too long, but that was like, as like being like, as in my childhood, that was like some of the most pinnacle fucking comedy of all time. Like, that we started doing Jackass shit for that, and I'm not gonna say what we did, because it's pretty fucking gross, some of the shit we did as kids. Keep in mind, we're probably talking like 10 to 12 or something like that. But I mean, I guess that's what it goes to. Like, I guess when they say, oh, well, video games make kids do this, or songs or movies and all that, it's like yes and no. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're predisposed to certain things, you gravitate towards like entertainment and the arts. And, like, art imitates life, life imitates art. And that's just what happens. Like, me growing up, I was into guns. So as a kid, I would shoot guns. And then later, I would get, like, I really like Call of Duty, Black Ops. There I go, plugging other shit. And, like, in video games, I really like how real. I don't want to play a game and it be the fucking laser Terminator T-6000 musket fucking ion cannon. Like, I like games that the AK-47's played out, but I like games that will show you like a fucking M14. M1 Garand is played out, but like a Python, right? What other, like, there's other guns that are out there in video games that I'm like, wow, I really appreciate them for putting that in the games, because it's fucking rare. Like, I guess the Glock 18 has been in a bunch of fucking games, but you get what I mean, right? It's just like, I have an appreciation for guns, so naturally I'm going to gravitate towards playing the video games that have guns in them, shooting, and it's all part of like my life and shit. Today was really fucking busy. I'm always busy. I like blew out my fucking vocals because I recorded 2 new songs that are produced by Big Classic. They're gonna be off my album. Y'all got an exclusive right there. But you guys should know, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you've been following the podcast, you guys should know some of these things. I don't know if I've ever said that out, like, in the podcast before, but I'm working on a lot of dope albums. I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but I told Slick, like, 2025, they're gonna look back on my career and be like, this fool Serbs was smoking some this fool must have been smoking some shit, bro, to be coming out with this. Because I got albums coming out with Chicano Syndicate, JBL, NC, Big Classic, and then we got the Secret album. So those there's 5 albums that's gonna come out in 2025. I'm probably gonna come out with more, but those 5 I'm gonna say are gonna be like the Mount Rushmore of albums that I'm gonna come out for 25. I don't know if I want to do beat tapes. I think I'm just gonna work on my production and see where it takes me from there. Which leads me to Dazee in the Rain 4. Originally, the idea for Dazee in the Rain was, I knew this girl named Dazee. I really liked her. And I she blocked me. Like, she cut me off, like, indefinitely. You know, she has a kid now. Según she's married, so she's doing her own thing. And she completely, like, reset her life. Like, there's a lot of, like, she used to have, like, some good amount of followers, like, whatever, like 300-400, and now, like, her new shit is, like, I don't know, around 150. So I can appreciate somebody that wants to just, like, start a new life, and you want to completely just cut off everybody and do your own thing. That seems to be like an Aquarius moon thing, now that I'm thinking about it. Aquarius moons I've seen no matter what sign, because she's a Cancer. I know a Scorpio with a Scorpio aqua moon and an Aries aqua moon, and a lot of them just seem to, like, fuck it, like, start, like, cut everybody off and start some new shit, which is funny because Aquarius is the humanitarian sign. Everybody, it's all peace and love, man. We're all friends. All my lovers are friends and all my friends are lovers. But when the first one dropped, the first Dazee in the Rain dropped, I completely buried her on this podcast. I was very emotional. I was being petty. And looking back on it, I literally only saw, like, a little bit of it. I'm like, if I was, like, anyone else, I'd be like, or maybe if I was her, I'd be like, well, that's fucking bullshit. From my perspective, bro, I was really upset. And I decided to do a childish thing, which was talk shit about somebody that I had genuine love for. Let me see what I want to say. How can I say this carefully? So I kind of want to regroup with that. I want to fix some things, right? So, do I really even want to get in depth with our relationship? Okay, I liked her. I'm pretty sure she liked me. It didn't work out, right? For whatever it was. Going back to, I wasn't in the right state of mind. And when I feel like you treat me like an option, I'm just not gonna fuck with you. Like, and my personality, I don't give a fuck. I've never been one of those, I'm gonna put a mask, oh come on baby, like, come on. Like, I never ran back to, like, the same chick. Like, I've always been, you're gonna fuck with me. Like, my personality weeds people out. So if you really fuck with me, you really fuck with me. If you don't, then you really don't. And keep in mind, this is when I was younger, so I couldn't really articulate my emotions, and I was just going through a lot, right? So I give her some of the reasonable doubts. Still feel a little way about her blocking me, but that's fine, right? What were my notes, man? Because I don't want to say some stupid shit, you know what I mean? Because I had a lot of what I written down of what I wanted to get. Oh, so basically, like, you know, my bad. I'll say it. I'm sorry. You're probably not gonna watch this fucking podcast, but, like, it don't matter. Like, just in case or whatever. Like, sorry. If you did watch the first one, if you didn't, go back and then watch that, and then give me a like and a comment and a subscription. Uh, but I didn't mean any. I didn't mean any like foul intentions. I just felt like as a Plutonian afflicted moon, that was me stinging you back for feeling like I got hurt. I'm always gonna balance the scales with people. If you ever hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you back, and I want to hurt you back twice. Like if you ever punch me in the face, I'm gonna want to punch you in the face 2 fucking times. If you give me a black eye, I'm gonna give you 2 black eyes. If you fucking, you know what I mean? Like that's just kind of, I feel like, and I feel that like that's not even no cap. I really feel the revenge gene in my body very heavy at times, and I kind of go crazy. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm gonna just let this shit go. Sometimes relationships don't work, no matter how much you like one another. Everyone has different relationship styles, right? So maybe she wanted somebody that'll like kiss her ass, wipe her feet, treat her like a fucking goddess and all that shit. That's completely fine. But and I feel like I'll do the same. No, don't get me wrong. I'll do the same thing for my woman. But when I feel like that energy isn't being like reciprocated in any type of way, you're not gonna get that at all. You're not even gonna get like a tenth of that. You know, we all have like different attachment styles, right? And I feel like my shit is real. Maybe like avoidant. No, not even as a young dude. As a young man, I'm talking like teenage years. I was so stuck on like 1 or 2 people that I had the blinders on, and I just wouldn't really care. Like, yeah, I would talk to other women, but it just didn't like, if it wasn't fulfilling, or which most of the time it never was for me, because I have like super high expectations of like women. Like I said, I could have been in like so many relationships with women, and the number one woman I chose was music, which I think worked out at the end of the day. Had I been in a serious relationship, had things worked out with some of the women I was talking to, got them pregnant, had kids, I would be fucking depressed right now. I'd probably be suicidal because I'd be going through shit, and if I had responsibilities like that, it would just make me fucking sad. You know, people think like kids turn your life around, and for the majority it does. But like all the pain and shit that you have or I would have had, it wouldn't have went away, you know. And with relationships, it's kind of just more so fucking, it doesn't work for everybody, and that's okay. The what I learned a lot from this. And not only did I learn from myself, but I learned a lot from like a lot of my other relationships with other women. So it's kind of like it was a blessing in disguise. I don't think I'm gonna do another Dazee in the Rain. Not because I feel bad or none of that shit, just because I feel like I the idea of it, the whole idea, I feel like I nailed it. Like Green Light 4, I feel like that's the best painting. I feel like those are the best, that's the best production across all of them, all 4 of the beat tapes. So I don't feel like I need to do like a fucking whole anthology of Dazee and the Rains. And just the origins, it started off very petty, you know, and I feel like it ended on a good note. Like the painting and shit, you see it's like all like fucking mystical, and it's like, it's really dope, you know what I mean? Going back to like this also made me realize that like I don't really get down with Aquarius moon or Aquarius in general. Like Aquarius sun, moon risings. Like I feel like they're really finicky. You know, they're air, you know, very flighty. I mean, I'm a Gemini moon, but like, you know, I got heavy Capricorn, Virgo, Scorpio energy. So that shit like grounds me. You know what I mean? A lot of like, if you have like air with the fire, I'm probably going to think you're annoying or a fucking idiot or something like that. But it's just weird. Like, this one girl, she's a fucking, Scorpio, but she has fire in her shit. That's why I think she's like. That's why I think like mentally, I'm like it'll never work. Even if you did like figure out how to like, because you could like someone and not know how to love them. If she learned how to love me and shit like that, even then I don't think it would work, because some women, they place their values in certain things. With Dazee, I feel like she always wanted to be taken care of. That's the vibe I got off of her. And I couldn't provide that. I couldn't provide that at the time. So she went and found that. You know, she always wanted somebody to, in my opinion, I feel like from what I seen and what I gathered, I could be totally wrong, but it seemed like she wanted somebody to like have like a strong relationship with, and someone to just take care of her, because I know she has like younger siblings, and I know that she had to play like mom with her like family. So I get that. So yeah, just shit doesn't work out, and then whatever. Dazee in the Rain 4, Dazee in the Rain, it's over. Like, I don't think I want to do it. Well, actually, the I don't like it because of like I don't like the origin of it, like why I started doing it, right? You know what I mean? I think it's fucking petty. So it's gonna become something else, right? And you're just gonna have to wait to see what that is. I've been performing at Pomona Loud. There's some dude, his name is like the something Wanderer, Plague Man Wanderer. That fool is crazy, bro. He be showing up looking like a fucking astronaut and shit. Last time I seen him, I was like, "Are you ready, bro?" He was like, "Ready as I'll ever be." And I'm like, "No, homie, you gotta come. We put some pep in your step, bro. When you say so, you gotta be like, yeah, fuck yeah, bro. I'm ready. I'm ready, Eddie Spaghetti Freddy, bro. Like you can't just be like a wimp, like like come on, bro. Like you gotta go up there and know you're gonna be serving fucking 2 pounds of kick ass in the audience, bro. You can't just be like, oh, well, you know, like don't leave that shit in the air, bro. We're all here to perform and shit, and that's what the fuck's got to be done. You know what I mean? Never half-ass a performance. I feel like I don't think I've ever half-assed a performance ever. Ever. Even when I got high and shit, and I like impaired my perception and all that, I still put on great shows. Even when I was like tipsy and high and all that shit, I feel like that made me even more like, I feel like those were some of my best performances because I didn't have that anxiety. You know, fools would literally pass me weed and I would hit it and, you know, performing. So it's just a whole different fucking thing now that I'm sober. And with Pomona Loud, it's funny because I bought, I'm not wearing it, but I bought a Moss Agate ring over there, and I told my uncle, I was like, look, Theo, I got a ring. He was like, where the fuck you get that ring at? He was like, who gave you a ring? And the fat wet eye next to me, she starts busting up laughing. And I hate, you know, when you're like talking, it's like you and your friend, and then, you know, Joe Schmo's over here. You're having a conversation, Joe Schmo. Well, actually, you know what I mean? Fucking Ligers were fucking producing the wild. And you're like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, we weren't talking to you. Where were we? Like, yeah, hey, Joe Schmo, what do you think about? No, we never fucking, you were never in this conversation, bro. Shut the fuck up. Not that is that fucking serious, but this shit, she started laughing, and I just look at her, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's all, where the fuck you get a ring at? I'm like, the lady right here, shout out to New Moon Bloom, right? They sell like crystals and shit. I'm like, I got it from this lady and shit. And he was like, but where the fuck you get a ring at? Who gave you a ring? And I was like, I just told you that I bought it, Theo. Like, she like has crystals and shit. I just bought a ring. Like, you know what I mean? He's all, fool, who gave you a ring? And at that point, I was like, okay, like at that point, you're fucking with me, because this chick over here, she's laughing her balls off if she had any under her dress or whatever. And I was just like, okay, Theo, like, at that point, I would have been like, okay, now I'm gonna go take a piss. You know what I mean? It was just, it was fucking funny, dude. Like, I love my Theo forever, because like, there's some times that I don't understand where his thinking and understanding comes from. So I'm just kind of like, all right, Theo, you know, you want something to drink? I'll buy you a drink or something like that. You know what I mean? Let's see. There was some like gangster fool, like Pomona is Carib, so fucking. They called my name. I think he thought he was gonna perform. Okay, so the homegirl, shout out Il Cruz. She's all, it's like, Crip City. It's Big Serbs, then it's Crip City. Crip City, that's not his actual name. I'm just, And I don't even know if he's a Crip. He could be a fucking gangster disciple. I don't know. But, she's all, we're going to have Big Serbs, then it's Crip City. And then I'm starting to set up my camera and shit to record. And then Crip City goes up there. And I'm like, did I hear her wrong? Like, was this fool going to go up first? And then he had like some weird nerdy bitch with him, no disrespect. But she was like a weird nerdy bitch up there. And he has his phone on, he's going on live, he's throwing shit up, what's up, gang? You know what I mean? You gonna see me right here, I'm gonna perform right now, whoop de whoop, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Fucking and all this shit. And I'm just like, this fool. Like, I'm like, fucking people have nothing to do with their lives but just be fucking like menaces to the societies and shit like that. And I was like, in my head I was like, fuck this fool. I just press record and I was like, I told him, I was like, yo, are you going on right now? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go on right now. And I look to the bitch and she's all, no, he's gonna go on right now. You just heard it wrong. He's like a little drunk. I'm sorry. And I was like, no, that's fine. And it's funny because when I approached him, he started pulling his pants up. Like he was looking at, like, I didn't see this, but as I'm getting on the stage, like watching the footage again, oh shit, what the fuck? Oh man. Hopefully the battery didn't die. No. Oh, okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna put it on the battery. I'm gonna let the battery run. Fuck it. That was weird, huh? Is it automatic when it does that? It must have been on for 30 minutes. It must be on a timer, 30-minute timer. So maybe I'll turn the keys off because I don't need the battery running. What was I gonna say? Oh, so he's pulling his pants up and shit, like, like if we're gonna get down, I'm like, first, like in my head, I was like, bro, you're drunk as fuck. You're impaired. You have like no idea that, like, I don't want to be a tough guy and shit, but I'm like, I'll sleep you, bro. You're not in the fucking state to be winning no fucking boxing matches right now. You know what I mean? But I go up there, I killed it. I think I performed Copper Jackets. Yeah, the first time I didn't. No. Yeah, the first time was an unreleased song. Then I did Copper Jackets. Then I just performed Peace last week. And it was cool, man. I just, performing in Pomona is a whole different space. Not what I'm used to. A lot of gays there. It's a very like alternative type bar. You know what I mean? Different crowd. And I like that. You know what I mean? Contrary to popular belief of people thinking I'm a fucking homophobia, couldn't be far from the truth. I have family that's gay. I know people that are in the closet. I know people that like that Dave Chappelle joke where he's like, what? I'm not fucking it up, but he's I'm sure there's gay people here with their wives or something like that. That shit had me dying, bro. Like, like people really be like double identities. People really be the born identity out here, right? And they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Or they haven't figured it out. My bad. My bad if this sound like comes off as like a dickhead, but like I could give a fuck less, bro, if you suck dick or whatever you choose. Like I don't give a fuck if you're asexual, pansexual, fucking pot sexual, fucking bisexual, c-sex, like all these fucking what it gets me mad is people put these fucking labels out there and they want to fit in these fucking labels, bro. Like people want to label me some shit when they don't even know me. Like, now you're being disrespectful, you know what I mean? You're judging me based off of some shit that you have, like, very little understanding of. Like, if you just see me talk shit on my podcast and you want to label me, like, homophobic, you're a fucking idiot, bro. You have no right to disrespect me and say I'm something that I'm not like, especially in front of other people. Like, I don't give a fuck if you pull me to the side and been like, yo, bro, like, your comments were kind of fucked up. I feel this way about it, and I just want to let you know. No, what people do is they talk shit to their other fucking dickhead friends, dick sucking, cock smoking ass friends, and then it becomes like an issue, and that's when it becomes a problem with me. And you don't want problems with me, because trust me, bro, as a Plutonian fucking Gemini moon, I'm gonna fucking sting your ass with multiple stingers, because that's what Gemini is, multiple energies. And that's what Scorpio is, very dark, revenge driven. Holla at your boy. What I'm trying to say is, going back to the gay fucking bar, Pomona Loud is awesome. I fuck with the people over there. I don't give a fuck if you got a rat tail growing out of the side of your fucking head and you want to fucking wear weird shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm the closest thing to real underground hip hop, no matter where I fucking go, especially there, bro. I'm gonna hold it down for the raza, for the movement, for the culture, whatever it is. Cause like, fools be going up there playing the ukulele and the fucking the flute and the fiddle, and like there's different shit which I appreciate. The more diverse we can all be, we're all like learning from each other in different pieces. You know what I mean? Like I just get like, anytime if I don't like the artist, at least I'm like, you know what? I'm here for a fucking show. The last time I went on, I was like number 15, so I had to watch the whole motherfucking shit. And I was like, okay, cool. At least if I'm not In and Out Animal style, at least I'll be watching the whole shit and be getting like a show. But like, I was getting, ansias, and then after like maybe about an hour, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, whatever happens, happens. And I'm just like here for the ride, bro. Like, that's how like you just gotta think, bro. Like, if things don't go your way, just ride the wave, bro. Where was I gonna go with the Pomona shit? Oh, but that gangster dude, he ate a bag of dicks up there. Like, he didn't even know his lyrics. He was just his whole song was playing, like not even the instrumental. Like, this fool was just like, I don't know. It did seem like a good song. What fucked him up is like, he was drunk. So it was so bad. And I told like these other weirdos that were there, and no disrespect, but I was like, damn, this fool's eating dick like no other fucking time, bruh. And what I mean by that is he was just doing really fucking bad. I'm like, this is the worst performance I've ever seen. They're like, nah, they're trying to shoot him. Nah, like we've seen worse and shit like that. And I'm like, no, bro, this is bad. This is like the day the laughter dies. Like, it's so bad, it's entertaining. You know what I mean? Because he's just like, it's more comical than musical. You know what I mean? So look, check this out, man. I don't really have any like too much shit to say, but yo, look at this shit right here. Oh man, you could barely see in the light, but I fucking got this fucking by Carlos, the homie, bruh. I've been getting my hair cut by him for over 6 years, bruh. Stay with him. You know what I mean? Like, that's the homie right there, bruh. Carlos, I met him in middle school. He moved, I moved. He was cutting hair out of his garage. He got a spot by the mall over here in Ontario. And my cousin Mufasa, out of everybody, was like, yo, you know this fool? Like, don't you know this fool? I'm like, yeah, Anthony, you know what I mean? That's the homie right there. And he's like, well, why don't you get your hair cut by him? And I was like, you know what? I don't get my hair cut. My mom always cut my hair. That was the thing. Super mama's boy. Or not that I was a mama's boy, but I guess my mom would be like a mother's son. What the fuck does that even mean? That's crazy. My mom was very smothering and shit, so my mom would always cut my hair. And my mom was never like, oh, we're gonna find a barber for you. It was like, no, I'm gonna cut your fucking hair, and my shit would be all fucked up. You know what I mean? Love you, ma. But just like looking back at a lot of my pictures and shit, yeah, my shit was all tirado and shit. I get my shit cool. Now let me see if you could fucking. And you see that shit? No? Huh? Hold on, let me. See that shit? It looks a lot better in person. Hopefully, I don't know. What the fuck I'm trying to say is, that's a good homie right there, Carlos. I respect good business. He's one of those, like, we're not homies, you know what I mean? Like, we're not like, we don't kick it outside of getting my hair cut and all that. I wish I could, but Holmes got like 2 kids, you know what I mean? Once you got 1 kid, you know, half your time is out. Like, half of anything you can do in your free time is gone. Once you got 2 kids, and trust me, I know this for a fact though, like, all your fucking time is gone out the fucking window unless you're like a single father and you split the time and then you can have time for yourself. No disrespect. Shout out to all the single fathers out there doing a kick-ass job, fucking dealing with these crazy-ass women that be doing bullshit. But yeah, my dog Carlos, it's funny the way it's so interesting the way the dice rolls. Like, you just never know. Like, in 5 years, I could be a fucking superstar. In 5 years, this podcast could take off, and you'll be fucking going back being like, yo, this fool Serbs was like a visionary. Like, this fool already called it. Like, I know that, but do I really know that? No, but like, you speak it into existence the more you talk about it and shit. So yeah, I fuck with the design, you know what I mean? I never had the design either. I never had a barber before Carlos. I told him, I was like, yo, you're the one and only barber I had. The reason why I stayed away from barbers is every time I would go, they neither one didn't know what they were doing, or 2, I didn't know what I wanted. So it was like, basically I couldn't even come to like an agreement of what, like, my hair. Before I got my hair cut, like before I had a comb over, I want to say, before I had my comb over, I want to say, I don't know. I want to say for a long time I would have a mohawk. I don't fucking know. I don't remember, dude. It's been that long. Either I would like spike it up or I would have like a mohawk. And it looked like a fucking maricon. No disrespect to nobody, but like, that's just the slang, you know what I mean? I don't mean Here's another thing too. I should stop apologizing for the way I talk, but sometimes, you know, like, I don't know, I feel like I should. Just in case you're a first time listener, like, oh, this fool's like a mean old fucking super anti fucking LGBT 5454706. You know, whatever you want to add, whatever shit is gonna get added next year. I just put whatever shit I think is gonna be next to that. But yeah, like a lot of what I carry over as a kid still stands. Like, I think a lot of shit is still goofy as a kid. Like, if you walking around in public and we not at a beach and you wearing like open-toed like thong sandals with no sock, like, just in general, I think that's very feminine. Like, anything is very feminine to me is like super like, you're fucking gay, you know. So, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with me personally. It's in my database. It's in my fucking circuit board. You know what I mean? It's just the way I grew up. And if you don't fuck with that, fuck you. Because that's just the way I grew up. You grew up painting your nails and, you know, cha-cha-cha-cha, and then the Barbies and the Bratz dolls and all that shit. That's on you, homie. You don't got the right to judge nobody. You know what I mean? You could call me a fucking, you know, a fucking pussy eating fucking, you know what I mean? Like, gay hating ass motherfucker. I don't give a fuck, bro. Your opinion means very little. I promise you. Almost nothing. Less than a grain of salt. A nucleus of a nucleus in a grain of a salt. You dig? I got some shit I want to say, but I want to wrap it up. It goes 1, here comes the 4 to the tray to the 5. Here comes another Supervelli gon' get you die. I don't know, man. I have so much shit, but why even talk about this? Why? Rest in peace, James Earl Jones, man. Darth Vader. Yeah, bruh. Passed away. I thought that fool had been died. I was surprised he lived. And he did the fucking voice for the new, what is it? Is it Anakin? Or no, Obi-Wan show on Disney. Fire. And he sounds like the 80s Darth Vader, which is fucking crazy. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones. Sandlot, he's in a bunch of shit, but Sandlot and Star Wars, I know him for. We'll save that for the next episode. I had an anxiety dream. I've only had 2 of them. The first anxiety dream I ever had, I was in Mexico of all places, in Cancun, beautiful fucking Cancun, beaches, bitches, all kinds of shit. And I wake up, I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I woke up and I was like, oh fuck, I can't breathe. I run to the back, like the fucking, what is it, like the patio or the backyard or whatever the fuck. I tried to open the doors, but I couldn't find the lock, so I'm like trying to open them shits. I couldn't get them fucking open. I run to the front door and I open the door and I just fucking like, and I was like, I fucking literally felt like I was suffocating. And for whatever reason, I run out the front door like if I'm fucking like in a fucking, CO2 chamber. And I just open the fucking door and I'm like, and then like it comes to me, I was like, what the fuck? Like, reality set in and I look around and I was like, man, hopefully nobody see me right now. Hopefully I don't look fucking stupid right here. And trip me out. And I guess it's the cycles in your head. You get anxiety waking up because like you cycle properly in your fucking brain, which is crazy. Like the brain is a Rubik's Cube of shit going on. You know what I mean? The second ever some shit like that happened like that was fucking, it was me and Presley. No, I'm sleeping. And I want to say I have the Santo Niño de Atocha above my head when I sleep, but it's attached to the bed. So what I want to say what happened is it fell and it hit my head and I woke up like fucking a Vietnam flashback. I was like DEFCON 23, bruh. I literally thought Presley like bit my head on purpose or something. So I grabbed him out of his sleep and I'm like halfway asleep too. And I'm like, you think I'm like, you want to fucking bite me in my sleep, you little motherfucker? I'm like, do you want me to fucking bite you in your face? And he's like half asleep. He's just looking at me. And it's so crazy what that dogs know you're freaking the fuck out. Cause this fool, all he did was he kept like licking my face like slowly. And I think he was trying to tell me like, bro, chill out, bro. Like you just woke up. You just woke us up and you're flipping out. And it took me a good 5 minutes standing with him in my arms, freaking the fuck out in my head. And I want to say I had the statue in my hand. Like somehow I still had it in my hand and I had Presley. So it just tripped me all the way the fuck out, bro. So like, I kind of didn't even want to bring that story up because I'm going to wrap it up. But them anxiety dreams are crazy. Like I still get anxiety. Like I still have, like I'm not going to lie, bro. I have like a little anxiety now just because I'm in the fucking driveway, Like I probably look fucking crazy right here with the mic and everything in my hand, but I don't give a fuck. We're gonna do this. Is what we do for the guys hour, baby. I mean, I got my knife on me, so anybody, So, I don't even know where to go with the fucking message of the day. I'll just bring up kind of album of the week is gonna go to Redman's Muddy Waters. Talk about a classic fucking album, bro. Beginning to end, dope. The only thing I'm gonna knock it on is the intro. The intro is kind of like, it's scary. It's scary to me and it gives me anxiety. So, but it's just funny because like no one's sampling the Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic Park and making it into an intro. Not now and not then. So the fact that he was kind of like ahead of his time is like really trippy to me. It's a phenomenal album. I listened to What the Album thinking I was going to get Muddy Waters. Oh my God, don't even do that. He basically ripped a bunch of like Parliament samples, and I didn't like it at all. Like albums like Funky Technician, like they're cool, but it's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? Like when I ride around in a whip, I don't really want to bump that. I want to bump some shit like Muddy Waters, because the bump, Is He For Real, Rock the Spot, fuck, what other Whatever Man. There's a bunch of good shit on that album. The whole album is kicking ass. He got K Solo on there, and K Solo has like a funny, like if Grimace started rapping. It's just a dope album. I give it a solid A. Without that intro, it's an A plus. But it's an A. It's a solid A for me. I highly recommend Muddy Waters by Redman. It has like dope, like every beat has a solid solid drums on it, great funky fucking bass. The samples are ill. Just everything about that album is fucking fire, bruh. I don't even know if I have a message of the day for y'all. I'm getting my clothes, I'm getting my business together, and it's just progressing. You know what I mean? It's all about progression. I got a change in all fives. I had to get like a change for 100, and I got them in all fives. And I'm like, wow, that's interesting, because 5 is power in supreme mathematics. And I'm sorry I didn't drop the mathematics for this episode and the last 2. I've been slacking. I'm sorry. The next time we will do the mathematics. But I'm like, look at the metaphor. 5 is power. I got change in 5. I got, power changes. Power's never like one fucking thing, bro. Like power is like a ever changing sort of thing. I mean, some power is the same, like God. God is forever, everywhere, and anything, all at one time. That's power. That don't really change, in my opinion. But chameleons survive in the wild. They have to adapt to the environment to survive. That's power. They literally change their fucking cells to blend in. And that's power. There's change in power, and there's power in change. This is the God's Hour.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.